Hi again. I'm going to share a video with you now that I have struggled with whether or not to show you, just because it involves a dog fight. And most people get a little bent out of shape when dogs are fighting. That's a scary situation for most people, and most people think of it as though it is people fighting. When dogs have a fight, it's not like people fighting. As we've discussed before, dogs don't hold grudges and dogs don't get angry. Dogs operate at a much more primitive level than most humans, than most humans operate. I want to show you this video, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit. At the very beginning of the video, Doug has humiliated Teddy, the dog that we have been training here on the farm for the last couple of days. And Teddy thought, well, this is the time where he needs to take on the older dog and assert himself as the boss. And so the fight ensues. So watch this video very carefully, and then we'll come back and talk a little more. Doug, Doug. Doug. Teddy, down. Good, okay. Okay. Doug, cut it out. Get out of it. Good. Good boys. Okay. Good boys. Boys will be boys.
Little boy fight, yeah.
Was that fun, guys? You act like brothers. Just for the people watching, it's not a big deal. Dogs do that. The only question is, who's in charge? And I just answered the question for them. I'm in charge. And once that question is settled, there's really no point in fighting anymore. So it's over. Down. Good. Down. Okay. Okay, come on. Good. Good. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, that was exciting. I want you to notice, if you watch this again, I want you to notice that Doug was humiliating Teddy. That was why Teddy decided this is the time to fight. Now, when Doug ran by the second time, Teddy took hold of him and the fight was on. At that point, Teddy was trying to assert his superiority in the relationship between he and Doug. So the question that they were seeking to resolve was, who's in charge here? Well, I know, and now they know I was in charge. Now, from time to time, I have been bitten by dogs, but it's not that big of a problem. I outweigh the dogs quite a bit, and I can actually pick up a dog in each hand and hold them up in the air if need be. Rarely do I have to do that. And in this situation, luckily, I had a long line on Teddy. So Doug, being as trained as he is, needed really only to be reminded that I was in the vicinity and he was ready to stop fighting. All I needed to do was say his name and tell him to get back, and he backed away. Teddy does not have that relationship with me yet, but I had a long line on Teddy. And so I could jerk that line, remind Teddy I am in the world. I could growl at Teddy. I could vocalize just enough to be louder than their dog fight, and then step into the situation. At that point, they now look at me because they've both been in the situation where I have asserted myself in their world and taken control of the situation that they had assumed control of. You saw that when Teddy was barking at other dogs, when he was chasing bicycles or attacking bicyclists. I inserted myself in that situation, and Teddy realized, when this guy's here, I'm not in charge. Same was true in a dog fight. When Greg's here, Teddy's not in charge. So all I had to do was remind Teddy, I'm here and I'm in charge. And at that point, there was nothing left for them to fight about. The fight was over. Now, when their fight is over, their fight is over. They don't hold a grudge. They don't have anything to prove. We now know this guy's in charge, so we can go about our business, which is exactly what they did. I reinforced my role by having them both lie down and stay there until I told them it was okay to get up and play. All of that was done very calmly. Notice that my demeanor never really changed other than to get loud enough that they could hear me. But I was not upset. I was not afraid. Therefore, they needed to not be upset or be afraid. If the leader of the pack is not upset, nor is he afraid, then they've got nothing to worry about. That's genetic in their world. So, I just wanted all of you to be able to see that a dog fight it's not a time to gather your dog up, hold his leash real tight, and try to never let those dogs together again. You can put those dogs back together again immediately, so long as the dogs know that the leader of the pack is there. They have no reason to fight. Okay? Just wanted to share that with you. I hope it's a little bit enlightening and maybe a little helpful at some point in the future. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel by simply touching the subscribe button on this page. There is no charge for the subscription, but you will be notified every time I post a new training video.